We've just gotten some brand new teasers and leaks for the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 5, and they've sparked a lot of theories, especially around Jax, Zooble, and Ragatha. Let's break down what's been revealed so far and what it could mean for the next big episode. It all started with a new image from Gooseworx, showing Jax getting crushed by a bowling ball in a strange, dark room we haven't seen before. The scene mirrors the pilot, where Jax uses a bowling ball to knock Kinger and Gangle down to the basement. Now, the caption that came with it, "If you have a bowling ball with you, you'll get a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do this to me," might seem like a joke about Gooseworx's upcoming appearance at Level Up Expo. But fans quickly noticed the quality and detail of the image looked more like a scene pulled straight from Episode 5. From what we've seen in the Season 1 trailer, Episode 5 is already set to feature baseball, but this teaser suggests it won't be the only sport involved. Remember, both baseball and bowling were subtly referenced in the pilot. This could very well be the series' sports episode, combining multiple games as part of whatever chaos Caine has planned next. Now, let's dig a little deeper into why this matters. The idea of sports being used in the circus may seem random at first, but think about what Caine does. He takes the simplest aspects of human entertainment and twists them into psychological tests for the characters. So the inclusion of bowling and baseball might not just be surface-level fun. It could be another layer of mind games, and Jax being targeted by a bowling ball might represent something deeper, maybe even connected to karma for how he's treated the others. This is especially interesting considering that Jax is usually in control. If Episode 5 flips that dynamic and makes him the victim, especially in a game he once used to harm others, it could be a subtle form of poetic justice. Or perhaps this is a setup for something darker, another breakdown like what we saw with Pomni. But the most intriguing development might be Zooble's transformation. Back in Episode 3, they talked about wanting to become a new version of themselves. Now, behind-the-scenes images have shown us new Zooble parts, including a green triangle-shaped headpiece that clearly stands out. This new headpiece isn't just a design change. Gooseworx has confirmed that these characters retain memories from their past lives. That detail alone makes every design choice feel much more intentional. If Zooble is hunting for new parts, it's not just because they're uncomfortable. It's personal. It's tied to who they were before being pulled into this circus world. There's speculation that Zooble, in their real life, might have had a very specific appearance, or a desire to express themselves in a way they can't anymore. And that triangle-shaped head, especially in green, could be a digital metaphor for dyed hair, identity, or even gender expression. In the absence of hair, color becomes everything. And then we have the box. We've now seen concept art showing Zooble's original parts laid out like a model kit, with a sketch of their box shown right next to the updated version. That alone tells us this transformation was always part of their arc. It was just a matter of when. And with how Episode 3 ended, it's clear we're entering that when right now. The parts shown include a curvier, more abstract torso and a loopy arm, far from the stiff, rigid limbs Zooble has now. Those updates match what Zooble has told us. They hate looking mechanical, stiff, and uncomfortable. This could be the first time we see a character in the show actively rewrite who they are from the inside out. And not because Caine told them to, but because they're reclaiming their identity. What's also worth noting is that while this new Zooble model looks complete, it's missing one thing: claws. That may not seem important, but those were part of the original toy Zooble was based on. If they're not included in the final design, that could signal a rejection of their past self. Zooble isn't just evolving, they're selectively choosing who they want to be and possibly letting go of who they were forced to be. Then there's Ragatha. Episode 5 is said to focus on her, but not in the way you might expect. A more evil version of Ragatha has been teased since Episode 2, when we caught a glimpse of her shadow during Pomni's dream. Gooseworx later confirmed this darker version will play a role in a future episode, and even hinted that fans getting attached to her will make something in a later episode funnier. This changes a lot. Ragatha has always been the one character who held it together. The kind one. The one who tried to comfort Pomni, even when things were falling apart. So for her to take a darker turn means something serious must have triggered it. Whether it's a programming glitch, a split personality, or a buried memory from the real world, we're about to see a completely new side of Ragatha, and it might not be temporary. The evil version of Ragatha might be an alternate form, or worse, a part of her that's always been there, just hidden beneath the surface. And if Gooseworx is right about people growing attached to this version, it raises the possibility that Ragatha could permanently change, or that the line between the two versions might blur in the episodes ahead. There's also the broader question, what does this mean for the group? If the most emotionally stable member of the circus starts to fall apart, or worse, turn against them, that could throw everyone into a deeper spiral. We've already seen what happened with Kaufmo, and that incident nearly broke Pomni. But Ragatha, she's the one everyone leans on. If she begins to unravel this time, the damage might not be something Caine can simply reset or sweep under the rug in a single episode. It could signal a long-term shift in how the group functions or survives. So now, as we piece everything together, Jax potentially being humbled in a chaotic sports-based challenge that mirrors his own past actions, Zooble slowly reclaiming control over their identity, and Ragatha possibly battling a dark version of herself, it's clear that Episode 5 is shaping up to be more than just visually intense. This could be the emotional core of the season. A pivot point not just for storytelling, but for what the digital circus even is at its core. A surreal battleground for selfhood, memory, and psychological survival. And if we take everything Gooseworx has teased so far at face value, this next episode might not only push the characters further than ever before, it could give us our first real taste of long-term consequences, real growth, real fallout, maybe even real escape or loss. If you've been following the Amazing Digital Circus closely, you already know how layered this show can be beneath all the madness, the comedy, the visuals, the randomness. It's all a cover for something much more introspective. Episode 5 looks like it's about to crack that world wide open, and that makes this the perfect time to be part of the conversation. Thanks for sticking around until the end. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into every teaser, leak, and character twist, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We've got a lot more coming. Everything from what we know about Pomni's true origin, to why Caine might not be the mastermind he claims to be, to how the Wacky Watch may be hiding the show's biggest twist yet. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially your theories about Ragatha's dark secret and whether Zooble's transformation could be the first real rebellion we've seen in the circus. Your ideas, your takes, they help build this community of fans who see the Amazing Digital Circus not just as a cartoon, but as a story worth dissecting, frame by frame. Until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and as always, piece by piece.